from the CiMi.CON 2018 in Berlin. I'm Maria and I'm standing here with Jesper Nissen from Deallus company. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for your time. And can you quickly introduce yourself and your position at Deallus?
My name is Jesper Nissen, as you mentioned. I'm a principal with Deallus. So we are a strategic intelligence consultancy. So we help our clients win or perform the best that they can in the competitive markets that they operate in. I've been with Deallus since 2012.
Your CEO gave a speech about the changing pharma landscape and the importance of strategic intelligence. Can you explain that a bit?
So the pharma industry is changing rapidly, has undergone tremendous change the last decade and even the last couple of years. One of the key trends that we're seeing is that competition is increasing, be that over geographies, across indications, therapy areas. There's a lot more competitors. The diversity of competitors is increasing as well. So you don't only have big pharma, you have biotechs, you have health tech, digital tech companies. There's a lot of stakeholders, a lot of different competition at play now. At the same time, the stakeholders in the markets are also changing, and there are more and more important stakeholders now. So you have, of course, the healthcare professionals, as you've always had. You have the patients, but you also have your payers, you have your health assessment agencies, or health technology assessment agencies. And there's a lot more stakeholders that are now important to be aware of, and who your competitors will also be aware of and try to influence in order to drive their agenda and in order to shape the market so that it's most favorable for them. So with this increasing complexity of the industry and with the increasing competition is really getting top of mind of pharma execs and decision makers. And therefore, there's a need to kind of take it to the next level with regards to analyzing and understanding competition. So that's what we do with strategic intelligence. It's building on competitive intelligence, but we're focusing a lot on really understanding and getting under the skin of the competition. So not just what they're doing today, not just monitoring what happens in the markets from day to day, but really understanding why are key competitors doing what they're doing, why are they initiating certain trials, why are they interacting with certain stakeholder groups the way that they do, really with the ultimate goal of trying to understand where are they trying to go, how are they trying to shape the market, what will they do next, and then of course what does that then mean for our clients when they formulate their strategies, and how do they need to take that into account as they plan to either develop their products to the clinic, launching their products, or even when they are in the market and having to defend against new entrants and so on.
This sounds really like dealing with competition is central to success. What can teams or brands or companies do to stay ahead of theirs?
Of course, traditionally monitoring competition is important to keep on track of what they're doing, but as I said, it's not enough to just look at what the competition is doing today. It is really important to get under the skin of the competition and try and understand what their motivations are, where they're likely to move, because you want to optimally anticipate their future actions and understand how that then influence your opportunities, how that influences the perceptions of your stakeholders towards your competitors' products and towards your own products. Only once you really embrace competition like that and understand what drives them, can you then come up with your own strategies and make sure that you plan accordingly, taking into account what you anticipate might happen.
Where's the marketplace heading? So what are future trends or future influences in the CRO market?
Well, there's a lot of things going on. Clearly, as I said, competition is intensifying, and there are more pharma companies now than ever developing medicines. There are also more drugs in development, I think a threefold increase since 2001. So competition will continue to increase. Another aspect is that information availability continues to increase. Information is exploding and it's at everyone's fingertips. So it's no longer so much around finding information, not even so much about finding how to get information. Often there's an information overload. So it's really about prioritizing the information that you look for, ensuring that it is linked to the business critical decisions that you or your brand team or your pharma executives need to make. And focusing in on what informs those business critical decisions is really kind of where we help our clients perform better, I would say. So that's one of so the increasing competition, the increasing information available. Of course, there's a lot of technological evolution as well across pharma. So that's a third trend with regards to personalized healthcare, with regards to digital healthcare. So it really is more options available for competitors to utilize, of course also for our clients to utilize, but it's finding out how to best do that and how to do that in a competitive way that eventually drives and generates value.
So can you just name like 3 or 5 steps you have to take to this strategic intelligence?
Yeah, so I mean, we advocate taking a step back and look at the bigger picture often. So I guess the saying of you can't see the forest for the trees, so taking a step back to get a holistic view of the competition and the dynamics that are at place in the marketplace. So we see best practices doing that in a cross-functional setting, perhaps at the beginning of the year, trying to firm up your hypotheses, your assumptions around what the competition is likely to do this year, what they're trying to do to shape the market, what their aspirations are, try and predict what will happen over the course of a year, and then of course develop an understanding of how that is likely to influence your own opportunities. And once you've then firmed up those hypotheses and you're thinking around that, then you will know better what to keep an eye out for, what to monitor if you set up monitoring programs, what to proactively dig into and try and understand in more detail if you have knowledge gaps. And that allows you then to, as you go through the year, to when you come across insights or competitor events or things that are happening in the marketplace, to anchor your analyses into that initial kind of scenario setup or your initial hypotheses. And you can then either look at whether you have now data that confirms that what you thought was happening is really going to happen, or maybe there are indicators that something else might be unfolding that you then need to take into consideration and perhaps course correct or change the way that you're looking at things. So having that step back, getting under the skin of the competition, really understanding where they're going and why, will help you then focus your activities for the rest of the year.
What do you think of the conference so far? What do you want to gain by attending here?
Great so far. Great location and a lot of great and friendly people that I've met so far. We're of course a lead sponsor here, Deallus, and we're very excited to be here. What I'm personally hoping to get out of it is building my network and spar with peers in the industry, be that some of our competitors or be that some of our current clients or potential clients, and really work together as as a group with the same end goal in mind, which is to help our organizations be more competitive, help our clients to be more competitive and eventually more successful, which hopefully should drive the industry to overall become more successful, I guess at the end, with the benefit for patients in mind as well. So that's a great opportunity. It's not that often you get to take the time to actually talk about the trends in the industry and how we all can work together to better help inform decisions and influence decision makers in our respective organizations.
All right, then I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference to gain all that insights and make all the connections. And yeah, thank you for your time.
Thank you.